We're Team WillCodeForFood. To give you an update on our project, we are the mobile lifeguard application for the Galveston lifeguards. So the first thing that I wanted to do was show up the login screen. So they had a bit of comment previously about the unfriendly user messages. So we have that actually fixed now. So if you try to log in with a account that's not there, you can see that the user, the message is much more friendly. So it says incorrect username or password, and we can retry. And then if you get it correct, you can see that you can still log in. So we have been working on the chat, which is down here in the tab bar. So if you go here, we have open channels. So if you go here, we've got the fireman, police, and lifeguards channel. So if we go into the fireman, it takes just a second to load. So you can see all the messages here. And if you want to type something, so right here, the keyboard should actually pop up on the phone, but it's blank on the simulator. So if you type something in, like hello, and you save this, okay, well, fix that. So they're currently focused on testing and mocking. We have the Twilio chat, and it has been sort of a beast to mock. So for the DB is around 95% tested so far. It's got, we're trying to get the test on the server, the code on the server, and the test to run with Jenkins. So far, we've not been able to do that. But we also have the get method working. So the notifications, when it queries the database, we're able to get the information. We also have Amazon S3 that's fully functional. And right now, Ed's working on mocking it and testing it. So right now, Payne is working on the post method, and we hope to get that operational and fully functional. So when you actually submit the information in the form, it gets stored in the DB. And we're also working on the JWT token to add another layer of authentication to the app. So to give you an update on the notifications. So if you come here, so this is actually all hard coded right now, but the idea is that this would update from the database with the information. And you can see the name and the time. So if you pull down a little bit, you can see a search bar. And so it's not functional right now, but we hope that if you were to say enter Mike, it would display all the notifications with Mike. And then right here, we have the filters. So we've got recent, closest, and closed, and then you can select the time with the filter. So we want all the closest ones within 15 minutes, or 30 minutes, and so on and so forth. Right here, you can see a little icon here to let you know that if you click on it, it's going to segue to the missing status report, which is the report page that has the updated information on it. That is currently it's currently right here. It's got the reported by. It's going to have the name, the date, the time. It's got the age, ethnicity, just basically everything that's in the report. And from there, you can report the person found or not. And it's also got the image. So on the notifications, these are actually reusable cells. So if you imagine them going up as you scroll up, when this one disappears, it comes back to the bottom one. So if there's 40 notifications, the iOS can get bogged down and you can have memory issues. But with this, we're able to consistently reuse memory and keep the application running smoothly. And it's going to be dynamic. So if there's 5 entries in the database, you'll have 5 rows. If there's 10, it'll be 10. So for the missing persons report, which is this right here, it's going to tie into the notifications. So it'll be what appears when the notification is clicked. So we're going to be passing information from notifications to this view, and the labels in the view will be updated as needed from the database. The name, age, location, as I just said. And there's going to be a text label on there. And this text label is for the lifeguards to use. It's basically how they communicate on the walkie-talkie itself. So we're having some issues with constraints. So to give you an idea of what's going on. So we haven't had any constraints for the iPhone 5S. So if I select that in the simulator and run here, as you can see, the constraints are already messed up. So we log in. You can see that it basically is completely broken. You can see the text is not ideal. The buttons aren't where they should be. They're kind of cut off. And if you come to, say, the missing persons form, you can see that it's definitely not best. Whereas this right here, like the label is off the screen. So this has been kind of a challenge, and we hope to improve this as we keep going, especially for iPhone 6 and up. And the build.sh issue that we're having is when you build, it runs the command that WillCodeForFood put in. And so this right here is 12.1, and this works for all machines, but if we were to commit this to the repository, it would have a build fail. So every time we have to commit, we need to go to 12.2 now. We're not sure what's going on with that, but that's our solution so far. I mean, if I were to save this and run, it's going to get through a little ways, and then it's going to just stop. You see right here, it's grabbing 12.1, and it just freezes. So I wanted to go over VanCat's comments on our code evaluation. So he said that there was way too much commented out stuff, and we fixed that. So we removed all the classes that were dead, all the dead code. So in the tests, typically when you make a new file, it gives you a lot of boilerplate code that we left in. So we got rid of that. We removed empty setups. So we're actively trying to improve our tests to not have not nil and remove that and have it actually assert for what it is. And we removed all the prints inside the tests. And we're asserting, so any test that didn't have an assertion, we've removed those. The canaries been fixed. We removed the test that we removed. I have redone my test that was huge. We removed all common dead code. We've refactored all our tests. And we're actively trying to do TDD now with our tests and our code. So for an example is, so we just added this class. Right here. And you can see that the there's a function to set the text, set the number of sections. There's not a lot of comments. It's clean. It's really modular, and we've been able to test all of this to 100% actually as we develop it. So that's kind of our goal moving forward, is to work on TDD more. So we've taken out the mock classes out of production code, we put them in the test code. So we've addressed any feedback notes and removed those. And we're avoiding long methods, we're refactoring, we're working on our code. Yeah. So to give the update on the coverage, so we started at 20% at the beginning of the semester, and we are now at 83.26. So we've done a great job. The biggest issue that we're having is the message view controller. So this is the Twilio chat, and we're having to mock most of this code and write functions. Currently, as we try to mock it, we're getting heap corruption errors. So we're having some issues with that, but we're trying very hard. So we've also added 2 new forms. We've got the ocean hazard form. So the Spanish only form, it's not the best looking, but it's the functionality that the sponsor wants. So the application is actually for the lifeguards and volunteers only, and this is at their request. So if they have someone who doesn't speak English come up to them, they're able to communicate and show them the screen. So far we have the ocean hazard, and you can select the hazard here. So we have the tree, there's debris, the oil spill, chemical spill. You know, are you in danger? Yes or no? You can see that checks and unchecks. So if I check yes, the unchecks no. We've got additional information. You can take a photo, upload the photo, and you can still submit it. And we've also got the disturbance form. So once again, we have public disturbance, alcohol, vandalism, theft. Are you in danger? Other people in danger? And additional information again. And once again, you can take a photo, upload the photo, and submit the report. So to go over the missing persons form one more time, we've got the name, the age. This is basically when a person is missing. They can fill this out. Your ethnicity, the hair color, the clothing, glasses on. You select the closest tower, and it's going to update. So tower 2, tower 6. Contact information, and once again, take a photo, upload photo, and report. And you see the icon that updated. So you take a picture. You got the camera roll. You choose the picture. It automatically puts it into the missing persons form, so that's pretty cool.